Stop. This is the face of a man under enormous stress that he put himself under by enlisting to do something he's never done before.
I need focus.
Making fresh mozzarella live for 100 people. But little do these people know, a meltdown had just occurred with the owner of the stand 5 minutes earlier.
I'm listening.
And whether it was this fighting, or me attempting to make mozzarella, or this maniac shaving thousands of dollars of truffles with reckless abandon, this is the most absurd and ridiculous dinner yet. Welcome to Sunday supper, and this time the kitchen's a bit unhinged. Now, for those who are new here, Sunday supper is a modern rendition of going to grandma's house for Sunday supper. It's my way of keeping the tradition alive, and to pull one off, it takes a village of wild, borderline insane individuals who some of you have now grown to love, but if you're new here, you have to meet the gang. First up, we've got our guest chef for the day, hailing straight from Rome by way of Canada, Chef Gianluca Ruggieri, and he's here to bring my guests a taste of Rome. Then, of course, my right-hand man in the kitchen, my brother Dave.
Both these guys don't know how to make mozzarella in the show.
Next, we've got the owners of the stand and my partners, the Italia brothers, Paul.
Who told you 2:30?
And Chris.
Looks like I don't even exist.
And of course, we can't pull off this event without the stand's kitchen staff, Chef Bamba and Chef Carlos. And then, of course, Chris and Paul's father, Charlie, who's always got something to say, but you can't seem to understand what it is.
Why you look your brother? Look at me. He's got a lot of sugar there.
First stop was a little promo at Fox. Fun fact, I started out my production career staging news segments for food brands. But it is nightly news, so I don't think it did anything.
Holy cannoli.
Then I'm off to the stand to meet Dave and Gianluca for day one of prep. Hello, sir. I know.
What's up?
What's up,
Hello.
buddy?
Nice to see you.
Gianluca's prepping his braised beef cheeks, and to cook it, Dave prepped a really incredible demi. Deep and flavorful, perfect to cook beef in. Now today's menu is as different as it's ever been. A few of my veggie staples are gonna stay on the menu, but Gianluca is taking over. And today he needs to prep his braised beef cheeks in Barolo and his famous panzanella salad, which he will painstakingly dice with precision for what seems like 2 days. But first we need to sear off beef cheeks, which we use the grill for to get a little smokiness onto the beef and to quickly get through searing all of it. Once he's done making that, he's on to basil oil. Now I want you to watch the way he makes it. It starts pretty basic, blanching basil in water to keep that bright green color intact, and then shocking it in ice, adding it to a blender with some olive oil and pureeing it, then straining it through a cheesecloth, and you get basil oil, but usually you toss out the blanched basil. But Gianluca keeps that, and he will use that later to actually incorporate into the panzanella itself, a very smart way to do it. By now, Bamba arrives.
How you living, Bamba?
And if you don't know Bamba, he's a vibe.
That's right.
Basil oil's done, beef seared and ready to go.
Next, we do a little strategy session on how we want to execute the braised beef. We've all braised beef before, but doing everything at scale like this requires a little strategy.
Reduce. Down, strain it, and reduce it. That's our finishing sauce.
Yeah, I agree.
We're just waiting for them to find us the wine that Paul got. Now that we have the wine, we can start to prep the beef for braising. But we have to pay a little attention to the portion sizes.
Yeah, but there's a lot of, yeah.
Make sure we have plenty for everybody. Now Gianluca begins to dice onions for his panzanella salad, while Dave adds the braising liquid to the beef cheeks. Beef cheeks are now ready to throw into the oven and forget about for several hours. Moving along, Gianluca pulls out another smart hack on dealing with these onions. He's gonna take the onions he just diced and he's gonna pop those into the oven for 5 minutes, mellowing them out, making them more pleasant to eat in the final panzanella. So now it's 1 p.m. and we have till 5 p.m. to get all of our prep done and out of the kitchen before their rush this evening.
So today I just want to make the croutons, roast the onion, and then tomorrow we're going to cut the tomatoes, cut the golden berries, basil's done, mix it all together and serve.
For Gianluca's panzanella, everything is meticulously cut, and that makes a difference in the final product. Panzanella is a rustic Tuscan peasant dish, a bread salad born out of resourcefulness. Stale bread, garden vegetables, and herbs soaked in oil and vinegar. So Gianluca tosses the bread in the oven to dry it out.
He's already making the pasta. What do you want me to do? All these balls like this is bullshit. Fucking do.
Smile, smile.
Now, kitchens are multilingual environments,
We may just use it tomorrow.
Domani.
Mañana.
Mañana.
and I'm dyslexic and speak bad Spanish and bad Italian, and I often don't know which one I'm speaking.
Short or long?
Sono bueno. Sono bueno.
Bamba and Gianluca have a free minute, so I steal them to walk them through service.
So round 1, panzanella spicy. Round 2, brasato sprouts. Round 3, norcina.
And it evolves into a debate every European and American chef will argue about: grams versus pounds.
Kilogram in gram. It's crazy.
Yeah, ounces is the f***ing worst. Quarts. What's the other one you got?
Yeah, it was 17,000 grams. I mean, what the is that?
1
You
kilogram.
double that? Is that like 35,000?
That's 1 kilogram and
700 grams. That's so easy, man. Come on.
That's easy.
We need to prep the Brussels sprouts for our fried Brussels sprouts, which always gives me flashbacks to the old food truck where I spent many hours doing this.
That's nice.
These with the truffle.
Oh, of course. You gotta watch the salt with the pecorino.
Maybe no salt. Put a little extra cheese.
Just put cheese.
Now, after hours of doing God knows what, Dave finally gets started on the cookies, our grandma's famous ricotta cookies, and Dave's been working every event to make them better and more consistent.
But the eggs are just to hold them together. It's not like you put the egg whites and they come in nice and airy.
The eggs are just there as a...
Or binder or whatever it is, yeah.
It's like a f***ing rat. This shit doesn't taste right. You don't even know what It's like sugar there.
You don't know what it tastes like.
Why you look at your brother? Look at me. It's a f***ing lot of sugar there.
Now it's getting later and we're running out of time, so to speed things up, we head on downstairs and team up to attack the cookies. We start to prep some of the pasta and get it ready for the service tomorrow, while Dave and Gianluca start working on the cookies, getting them on sheet trays, and baking them in the oven.
All like this?
There's always discussion on how dark to make them, how long to bake them. These are commercial ovens, different than a home oven. So these are a thing that always require a bit of tweaking. And while we do this, Charlie's just roaming around, causing problems.
No radio me, man.
Yeah, no.
No
He calls this the radio. He goes, no, turn the radio off.
And there's something about the smell of these being baked. They just draw people in, begging for a bite.
There's no cook here.
No, it's half finished. Just eat it.
It doesn't have the frosting on it. You start chewing and you push it into your mouth. You're like this.
I want to test it.
And if there's food around, my co-host Alexis is not too far away. And today he's here with his lovely wife, Dee.
Gianluca, nice to meet you. Pleasure to meet you, Alexis. These the cookies?
He's making the cookies.
They want to taste as well.
We gotta put the frosting on.
Oh, you're so like my mom.
I've never had them warm though.
No, do that. No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be you.
And they say, who's that sexy, slightly older guy with the backwards cap?
All that's left to do now is to ice the cookies and finish them with sprinkles. A job that can be quickly banged out if everyone lends a hand.
I made my sandwich. Oh, it doesn't suck.
So now we're done with that. We're gonna strain out that braising liquid from the beef, and we finally get out of the kitchen, get some rest, come back in the morning, ready to go to work. Now today's the big day, and the first thing we have to do, the all-important mozzarella test.
So right before it boils, you're talking around 180, 185 degrees. When you have like a spoon or whatever, or you can double glove.
We're gonna find that paddle.
In theory, it's one of the simplest things you could do, but for me, doing it for so many people at scale leaves room for error, and that's what I'm worried about.
But you re-dip it in water just for the temperature, right?
3 boys and 1 bowl of cheese.
1/2 ounce of salt per pound of mozzarella cream.
Perfect salt. Is the water getting too cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
It-
So it's
it
not
happens
stretching
fast.
as easily.
Yeah, you'll see it immediately. When it tears, it sort of rips
Yeah.
instead of...
Remember, we got a thermometer here.
That's my only concern too. Is
So this is 21 pounds. I did 1 pound.
And we
I
got
waited.
15 bocconcini.
maybe, yeah.
That's your job today.
Are we gonna do knots or are these?
No, just 2 balls. Because the knots are a pain in the ass. You're not at that level yet.
My superpower is mimic. I see somebody do it, I can do it. Here.
Both these guys don't know how to make mozzarella in the show. Just for the record.
There's a good amount to do on our prep list, so we waste no time and jump right into it. First, Gianluca gets started on his pasta norcina. Now, pasta alla norcina comes from the town Norcia, a town in Umbria famous for its pork and black truffles. And it's a simple pasta, but like many simple pastas, an incredible one. Traditionally made with sausage, cream, and pecorino, it celebrates the region's renowned Norcini, master butchers specializing in pork. And it's a core dish in Rome, being just a northern neighbor to it, and something core to Gianluca's childhood. While Gianluca works on that, I gotta go grab some golden berries for him.
4 pounds?
How much? I don't know.
4 pounds. 2 kilos.
What the is that?
So then Dave starts prepping the curd for me, and Gianluca starts to finish off his sauce. Involves a lot of butter, a lot of cream, the sausage fat, and pecorino romano. Gianluca drains that sausage that he cooked, spreads them out on sheet trays to get them prepped for later, then pours all that pork fat and juice into the sauce. Finish with some black pepper, and then we just gonna let that thing cook for a few hours.
I learned how to cook by making heavy cream-based sauces, because that's how you learn to make it thick.
I'm usually lactose intolerant. Listen, I studied this for a year and a half. Like, with all due respect, I'm going to take my research over the 20-hour course in nutrition you took in your 8 years of
His dieting.
Now that I'm back, I can start working on the mozzarella. First thing I gotta do is get the water up to 180 degrees. That's the temp we decide on works best. So you start by adding that hot water, start sort of pushing the curds around as they sort of cling to each other to form a mass. And once they're in a mass, we can begin to start stretching it. And what we're looking for is the stretching to smooth everything out and make it homogeneous.
It's gotta almost be hotter because the mozz will cool the water.
So do like 185.
Again, something not incredibly difficult, but there is room for error. Too hot of a water, working it too much, stretching it too much can affect the texture. Not stretching it enough can also affect the texture. And I want these mozzarella balls to be perfect in spite of my inexperience.
Perfect. The saltiness depends on how long you're sitting in that salt. They're still delicate.
Now I'm doing this because I'm used to relying on other people to make great mozzarella at my event. And it's not easy just finding a random mozzarella master to come work at your dinner. So I said, f it. I'll do it myself. And I'm dead set on becoming a mozzarella master myself. Looking to make some bocconcini for our antipasti bar. So instead of serving them warm, we toss them in an ice bath to seize them up. And maybe it's my age, but if I had to do this every day, I'm looking at a lifetime of arthritis in my hand.
The grip is weakening and weakening. To pinch it, you have to gotta get the hand to like that before it actually tears.
You see those veins doing it.
Now back to Gianluca's journey of cutting vegetables. All for his beautiful panzanella salad.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And he's got to dice up cherry peppers and golden berries, two of the most annoying things to meticulously chop.
If I can do it, anybody right? You know, like I see something enough times, my brain is like, there's no chance you can't do this.
Now that we've got our bocconcini prepped, we can dry them off, and Dave's gonna go ahead with that olive oil, some of that basil that Gianluca processed for his basil oil, and a little bit of chili flake. Get them tossed up, and that's gonna be a beautiful addition to our antipasti.
They're like big bocconcini.
Did you add extra salt?
A little bit extra. Because when I added like the basil and then the olive oil, I felt like it needed a little bit more.
I don't think so.
I think it's fine. Meat slice, we tested the mozzarella, that's good.
Of course, for my Caesar salad, we use croutons, but our croutons are sesame sticks. So I go ahead and process them up roughly, and that's the texture in our salad. And then Paul arrives. And I want you to notice the good spirit everybody is in at the moment.
For the antipasta trouble. Mozzarella king.
As soon as he arrives, he disappears, and we won't see Paul again until he returns as a different person in a couple of hours.
Tastes like a pork sauce.
God bless.
There you go.
I have grapefruit. That's gonna be nice to slice though. If you put that on a salad.
Now after 2 days of chopping vegetables, Gianluca can finally start to pull his panzanella together. The bread, the vegetables, the basil, season it, and get it soaking in the oil and vinegar to start to soften before service.
Nice. Is the bread in there?
So half of the basil goes in now and half goes after, so it stays nice and
Right.
fragrante, yeah.
Italian's your first language, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know, he's a come mierda.
Come mierda, no?
You know what that is?
We still gotta open all the burratas, bring everything upstairs.
Oh.
Hey,
I forgot about the cookie tin. I gotta get some
See?
cookie tins.
there you go.
Me.
And you have like 2 hours to do that. No pressure.
Now time is moving along, and we gotta start moving too. After reheating the short ribs, Dave strains out the sauce it braised in for plating and consolidates the meat in sheet trays. While Dave does that, Alexis and I are upstairs emptying out cookie tins for dessert.
I need to automate this shit. You can't buy the tin empty.
Rainbow cookies from Cafe Bell, my favorite.
Only the best.
You should crumble them up and use it as breading for fried chicken.
I won't do that, but somebody might.
It smells amazing, man. Basil oil, that's gonna go on top of the burrata. Oh, it's still missing like half of the season. I want to serve this at room temp, because tomatoes are the best at room temp, like even Diego knows.
You wanna sit them up there? It's gotta get cut better. It's in like big chunks.
I just told him today.
No, because what happened was there was gaps in the center because some was melted. I don't know why, like when I try and fix something, I'm an idiot.
Do this right.
God forbid we try and make it better, right?
No, it's fine.
Chris's job is always to procure pastries, cannolis, rainbow cookies, whatever we need.
It's a canoli mixes. Good, man.
I gotta chill.
Add some more, yeah.
Around 1:30, it's time for a little pre-shift meeting with May, the lead for the front of the house during service.
You ready for this part?
We're not only covering the variety of table sizes we have, but also what plates we're using for what dish. And there's always an issue with the plates.
You should put those in the ricotta bowls, no?
Which are?
Yeah.
How many do we have? But serving it as a course, not as an antipasto?
Brussels sprouts, pasta course, and the large lip.
We're about 10 minutes from the doors opening, so production shifts to focus on the antipasti. Cured meats like prosciutto, coppa, mortadella, sliced impossibly thin, stacked high on charcuterie boards, made to look beautiful for our guests. And with my water now hot, it's time for me to start thinking about this mozzarella. I'm tense, I don't know what I'm doing it anyway.
Just throw the bucket in there.
Bro, pour it in
No,
there.
because I'm not trying to cook it. I'm just trying to
but
moisten it and
you
get it
pour it
down.
in there and you cover it.
And
It'll
I'm-
just keep it warm. Look like you're tempering eggs.
And even though he's joking, I am trying to temper the curds. They've been cold and they're a big solid mass, preparing them for a greater amount of hot water to ultimately do the final stretch. And I'm nervous, so as you see, my way of coping is just standing over water, watching it come up to temperature.
I need something to stretch it with. A paddle to stretch. I was doing it with that little amount, and it felt like it's gonna break.
Now after the curds have just been sitting in that water, it's time to season them, I think.
That's plenty salty, right?
We measured out a precise amount of salt. I added half and it tasted incredibly salty.
Are you gonna salt the hot water you're pulling it from? You're gonna pull in this?
But I'm not really accounting for the water diluting it.
Taste this. You think it's too salty? Or do you think that's enough salt?
Oh yeah.
It's plenty of salt, right?
Yeah.
Plenty of salt.
don't add more.
Yeah.
Dude, I
No,
it's
taste
precise way.
Taste it.
I give water in it.
Yes. There's a little bit of water in there.
What I said was warm water.
I did.
Then when it gets room temperature, you drain it out.
You never said drain.
Okay, and now I'm gonna defend him. Not only did he say that, I also said that.
He heard me say that.
All right, so whatever. I'll start making it now.
Okay, so I had the water.
All I gotta do is stay calm and not let anyone or anything rile me up before I gotta make mozzarella. And it's the time I completely forgot that I've got a madman who sells truffle on his way, and I gotta go deal with that.
Adrian, he's the truffle guy.
Yes.
Can you bring him back?
Truffle guy's here.
What's happening?
What's up, buddy? Thank you so much.
Oh, this is mine, right?
People are gathering. Did you put more water in the...
I want to get this, then I can start doing mozzarella.
Okay.
It looks like we're starting a little early. Maybe
We're gonna go with everything.
Yeah, just feel it out.
Now the stand gave me 30 minutes less than normal to serve my dinner due to another event they had starting right after mine. So I figured let's put some food out early. A harmless act, I thought. But since Paul was MIA, I had no one to run it by.
The only thing on the menu that we have specified for truffles is the pasta. We're gonna do the truffles on the pasta norcina. And I didn't know how much you were gonna bring, whatever, so.
I have like a half a kilo for you guys.
Ooh! Throw it at people.
My guys are telling me, Adrian, do you want spring white truffles? I'm getting spring white truffles of the fields. Like, it's November. Are you?
That's how up it is, and that's
The weather.
Why are we starting? It's not 3 o'clock.
So after disappearing for hours and then reappearing shortly after doors opened, Paul burst into the kitchen like a goddamn wrecking ball.
It's not fair to the people that come on time. Are people eating? Yeah! Your brother put food out. Why are you putting food out?
This is the last thing I need. I'm trying to make sense of his rage, but then I start to ponder, did I do this? Is this my fault?
People are gonna come here early. That doesn't mean you have to give them the food, and then you don't have enough food for the people come on time. That's fucking bullshit.
Who's outside managing that though? It's not his responsibility.
He shouldn't be doing it.
I agree.
So if he didn't do it, nobody would have done anything.
Okay, but we need somebody managing the front.
Not to put
Somebody managing the front.
There is someone managing the
But
front.
then why
they're
did
not they're not gonna manage the kitchen too, Steve.
But then why did anyone let the food go out if they weren't supposed to?
Steve, listen to me. He's out
I'm
there.
listening.
It's part of your kitchen. You guys gotta figure out who's the leader in this kitchen and make sure somebody doesn't go rogue by putting food out.
I'm not saying he was right.
Now, why would Paul be under the assumption that I knew what the fuck I was doing?
People are everywhere doing lots of things. We need double checking
No,
of
we need him not to put food out till we're all ready to put the food out. That's it.
So can you go outside and help run this shit?
am.
Especially when it comes to the front of the house and when my brain is fixated on mozzarella.
Problem solved.
There's no problem solving when people have food in their hands. You can't take the plate away. No, let's go out there and take the plate away from everybody.
It's okay. We have enough food to put more rounds if we want, right? Like, okay, so that's it, whatever. One round eats now, one round eats later. Like, it's no big deal.
But Paul knew what he was doing. As he whispers into Adrian's ear, he says, that's gonna play well for the camera.
My God.
You're on a show, this is just another day. I've apparently trained these people too well to feed me drama on this show, so thank you for your service, Paul.
You don't like it because I can talk back to you in here.
Now I've got to cleanse my palate after that slightly unsavory moment, and in this moment I learned nothing can snap me out of a funk like around $10,000 of the world's best truffles. Now Adrian is the owner of Taste of Truffles. He's a truffle dealer.
What is? Cha-ching. Oh my God. Golden nugget.
It's almost like garlicky. Go ahead, smell it, Baba. How much is this right here?
This is about 3 pounds. Price today is $2,900 to $3,500 a pound.
Wow.
I've encountered dealers of all sorts in my life, and a truffle dealer is amongst my favorite. It's a chef's dream to be standing in front of a pile of truffles like this. You're left speechless. It's the epitome of gluttony, but that's what we're here to deliver. Now it's 3 p.m., it's showtime, and it's time for me to step up.
I'll let you know when I need more hot water. That's the big thing. A little bit. Stop. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Now don't be fooled by this subtle smile. It's a mask to hide the fear of failure. Not because I don't think I can, but because 100 people are now watching and I feel vulnerable.
I need focus.
Worried I'm unable to spot a problem until it's too late.
A little bit more hot water, please.
I focus on the fundamentals, gathering the curds, form a bundle, stretch it smooth until it becomes one, and after maybe 2 to 3 big pulls, I think we're there.
All right, who wants a first taste? I just figured this out today.
And you might ask yourself, if you've never done this before, what makes you think you'll be good at it? And for me, it's like a musician, a way a guitarist picks up a song they'd never heard before. You just feel it. And suddenly that smile turns genuine, the fear dissolves, and my energy shifts from concern to comfort. I'm now back in my element.
You see this? You doubted me all along.
A man equipped with a new craft, mozzarella making. Now it's time to feed my people.
All the Italian things I've done, I've never had fresh-made mozzarella.
Oh, now you're about to.
I've been following you for years.
Where are you from?
South of Philadelphia.
Oh yeah? Did you come all the way up here for it?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah, for this.
I love you for that.
And as I'm sure you've seen on this program before, everyone has always given me grief for stressing out about this event. But this guy who traveled from Philly is exactly why.
We got truffles.
I've also had people fly in from Denver and from the South just to eat this meal. I feel a responsibility to deliver and to challenge myself even when it makes me feel a little uncomfortable. The pressure I put on myself helps me evolve. It's my process. Eventually, Adrian comes out with his truffles, and he helps me deliver a little taste of indulgence to my guests.
Well, that worked out. We did it.
Because you were nervous.
Oh, yeah. That's the bane of my existence. I don't know why I ever feel that way. Now I need to schmooze. Oh. Thank you for your help with that.
And for all that yelling and that drama, everything worked out. We had plenty of food, everyone was happy, and while the guests sort of make it to their seats, Fausto's preparing one of our specialty pizzas for the antipasti for people to grab, our cacio e pepe pizza. The one that's made with ice, baked in the oven, and then covered in pecorino romano and parmigiano cheese. Finished with some black pepper, a Fausto specialty at the stand. But with Adrian here, of course we're gonna adorn the top with some Alba white truffles, the most special kind of truffle you could buy, as a bit of a pre-service snack before the big rush begins.
I would do a little olive oil or no?
No.
What's the matter with you?
Who let this guy in here?
Camera guy has to eat.
Don't waste that.
$10,000.
Just like that, our little team had a moment of healing over a delicious pizza. That's how the world's supposed to work. With the antipasti wrapped up, it's now 3:30 and it's supper time. No more messing around, the kitchen's locked in. First up, a duo of classic salads with a slight twist. First, Gianluca's painstakingly prepared panzanella. Now perfectly seasoned after soaking in olive oil and vinegar, it's finished by topping with a split ball of burrata and Gianluca's basil oil. I'm more used to a rustic version of this dish, but there's a picky eater that lives deep inside of me, and now I only want my panzanella perfectly diced. And this is then paired and served with a classic here at Sunday supper, my Calabrian chili spicy Caesar salad with sesame stick croutons.
He's throwing white truffles. This martini has now become $500.
Once these plates go out, we decided to try something new with our front of the house. Something we probably should have done all along. Alexis, Gianluca, and myself get up on stage and sort of convey to the crowd the story of what they are being served and the main dishes on their way.
Cooked for about 4.5 hours at a very, very low temperature, and cooked it the old classic way with a lot of barolo in it. So you're gonna have that nice, tangy, acidity kind of sweet flavor that the barolo has. Delicious veal stock, made in the kitchen by Dave. And in short, we, come si dice in Italiano?
Come si dice? He goes in and out of Italian like nobody.
Sorry, reduce it.
Adrian is the responsible for truffles today, so a round of applause. Maybe if you ask him nicely, he'll add some more truffles to your pasta.
With that out of the way, the final push begins. First, the pasta alla norcina. With some incredible strozzopleti from our sponsor today, Di Cecco Pasta, we toss it into boiling salted water and cook it to al dente. Once it's strained, to that we add a ton of pecorino romano and parmigiano reggiano and combine it with that gorgeous pork-infused cream sauce, and of course, some pasta water. Simple in theory, but in reality, a delicate balancing act.
Let's keep some sauce just in case we gotta cook more. Okay, beauty.
Now the word chef means chief, and to be a chief requires communication.
Gracias.
And that ability to communicate is on display here.
Frying and letting them sit.
Already?
Yeah, so they stay by the fryer, so they stay crispy.
An act of refinement.
Yeah, let's make it as creamy as we can.
Slight tweaks in the moment get you to the finish line.
More water? Do we have more cream? Let's put a little more pecorino, yeah.
Gianluca made sure every dish came out to his standard, even if he didn't touch it. And that's the mark of a chef.
Beauty. No sausage here. No sausage. We can put a little more. I want to give them as much as we can. Yeah, this is way better. Gotcha, man.
Topped with that cooked sausage, finished with some more cheese, and a mountain of shaved truffles, the singular best way to elevate this particular dish.
Okay, can I get a 6 after, please? Can you pass me a plate for it, please, David? Cina. Brava.
Shortly after the pasta goes out, plating immediately begins on the brizzato a Barolo, or the braised beef cheeks in Barolo wine.
We'll finish with the demi on top.
Demi's over there.
Just bring it here.
Served with our staple side from me and Dave's old food truck, our fried Brussels sprouts seasoned with agave and pecorino romano. The dish is then finished with Dave's superb veal demi-glaze, a sauce that's deep in flavor that takes Gianluca back to his home in Italy. Now you may notice we don't lean too much into refinement when it comes to plating. This meal is designed to honor the meals we grew up eating at Grandma's. And sure, we could serve a nugget of meat with a preciously drizzled sauce and Brussels sprouts intentionally plated with tweezers. But to me, there's something more wholesome about a pile of meat and a sweet and salty side dish that speaks more to what we're doing. Grandma would never serve you a dainty plate. She'd fill it and make you eat seconds. A classic dish, so good, the kitchen couldn't wait to have a taste.
How sexy the sauce took 3 days.
Can be 7?
Now with the main courses out and everyone thoroughly enjoying the meal so far, there's only one thing left to serve. An icon, a symbol of nostalgia, and a representation of the love of the grandma, the whole reason we're here.
The fun's almost over.
Almost there.
Grandma's Cookie Tin, a collection of ricotta cookies that Dave makes himself every Sunday supper, along with some of the city's best Italian sweets, in what some of you might store sewing equipment, but in my family, it's where the snacks were hidden. And at this point, everyone is so full, we encourage you to take this home as a parting gift to remember the night. Then to end the evening, we gather back on stage.
I remember eating panzanella as a kid and just being the happiest kid in the world.
Recap some of the meal, answer some questions, and wish everyone a good night.
Give a round of applause for everybody. Thank you for the stand, and I hope to see you next time. I saw Paul getting angry. I was like, yo, this guy.
I'm pretty sure your brother punched him.
Paul and I definitely screamed at each other in the office.
It was calm for a day and a half, and then all of a sudden, 2 o'clock hits, the fan.
And of course, it's always Chris's birthday somehow. So a moment for a little bit of cake, and then of course we finish with our ceremonial shot of Fausto's limoncello to cap off the night.
Here we go, another one in the books, guys. Thank you, everybody. Grazie a tutti.
Grazie belli.
Salud.
This was amazing. I never would have thought it would be cooking in New York when I moved to Canada. So thank you, Steve. Thank you to the stand. Thank you for Chef for having me in his kitchen.
Thank you for
Hopefully I'll see you all
Nice.
next year. It was great, man.
Very good, yeah.
It was great. If Steven wants. Brother.
Now this sums up the world that I've created here. We're brothers, we're family, we're colleagues, and we're close enough and comfortable enough now that every now and then we let the tensions fly. But you learn to leave it all in the kitchen. And when the waters calm down, you tend to forget you almost committed homicide a few hours earlier. All thanks to being distracted by food and good people. This is why I'm so proud of Sunday Supper. It's literally like a Sunday supper at home, including all the drama. As far as the meal is concerned, I think it's the best one yet. Thank you, Gianluca, for being a true professional, delivering a perfect taste of Rome to my guests, and putting up with me and the lunatics that I work with. Now, if you enjoyed this 5th episode of Sunday Supper, there's 4 more where this came from, all showing how we got to this moment. I'll leave a link to the playlist to all of those. My next Sunday Supper is November 16th. I'll leave a link down to those as well, but I believe it's close to being sold out, so you can give it a try. Thank you for watching. That's all that I have today. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself and go feed yourself.